because you don't get paid a lot unless you go back to school and get degree after degree after degree after degree, which I do plan to do. However, you don't start off making that much money. This has to be something that you want to do from the heart, because where's the money? Where's the money? There is no money. Like, my name is Brittany and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, it is never too late to do so. Also, if you would like to be in the know of every time I upload a new YouTube video, just go ahead and hit that notification bell. So, you want to be a teacher. This video is for people who are majoring in education, or people who want to be educators or teachers, people who are undecided in their major and actually thinking about becoming a teacher. This video right here is for you. I decided to provide you all with 10 things that you should take into consideration before actually making that decision. Now, I am an education major at Georgia Southern University in Statesboro, Georgia, and I am a senior, and let's just say it took me a long time to get to that point. I didn't always major in education. My first major was nursing, and I went to Clayton State University in Morrow, Georgia. Morrow, Georgia is basically the outskirts of Atlanta. But anywho, I majored in nursing for about 2 years. And I honestly don't know why it took me that long to realize that wasn't something that I wanted to do. I sat in those chemistry classes and I sat in those anatomy classes just feeling so lost and feeling like boo-boo the fool. So, I eventually changed it to healthcare management. The only reason why I changed to the healthcare management was because of the core classes, and I did not want to prolong my semesters in college. Nursing and healthcare management took the same core classes, so that was basically it. However, it took me a year to figure out that healthcare management was not for me, and I don't know why it took me that long either, because healthcare management was so boring. Not to, put to shame any of you healthcare management majors, but for me, it was just so boring. So I made the decision to come closer to home. I'm from Savannah, Georgia, and I just made the decision to come closer to home, to go to Georgia Southern University. Teaching is something that you actually have to want to do. You need to be passionate about it, because if you just get into teaching for the wrong reasons, you're going to be miserable throughout your whole career. But anywho, let me stop preaching and let me go ahead and get into these 10 things that you should take into consideration before actually making a decision. Number 1 is you must be committed. Like, for example, with lesson planning and actually getting to know your students, teaching itself takes a lot of commitment. Some people just think you just go into the classroom and teach students, but that's not the case. Teachers have to prepare constantly and prepare material that they're going to teach their students. I mean, some teachers do plan during the planning period. However, if you want to plan effective lesson plans, fun lesson plans that students are actually going to learn from and use different strategies and techniques, that's going to take a while, and you're going to have to do that during your own personal time. So you have to be committed. And be committed to get to know your students. I would never forget my middle school experiences, my elementary experiences. Back then, I don't know about it now, but teachers didn't really want to get to know their students, and I'm looking at it like, why? Because it makes no sense to me right now. It helps you prepare lessons for them. Getting to know your students, you get to learn their differences, you get to learn their strengths, their weaknesses, you get to learn what techniques and strategies work for them. So why wouldn't you, as a teacher, want to get to know your students? Number 2, now if y'all see me looking at my phone, it's because I have it like typed in my phone. Number 2 is you must be able to teach any grade. Now honey, if you think you're about to go into this interview and you're like, girl, I'm about to get a first grade teaching position, you more than likely gonna come out there with a 5th grade teaching position. So it's best for you to just be comfortable with all grades. Like, honestly, let me let you in on a little insider. I was scared to death of 4th graders and 5th graders. I did not want to teach those grades at all. But guess what I ended up getting put in this semester? 4th grade, and I absolutely love it. And I thank Georgia Southern for their education program because it has allowed me to be in every single grade. Well, just about. I did 2nd, 3rd, and this semester I'm at 4th. So I'm hoping that next semester I get to experience the babies because I kind of want to get some hands-on experience with that. But I honestly feel good with the upper grades. You want to be able to be well-rounded. So even if you go in seeking for a 1st grade job and they give you a 4th grade job, you're not going to sweat one bit because you are prepared. You want to be prepared. Number 3, I would have to say is you must be patient. A teacher must be patient. And fun fact, I have more patience with kids than I have with adults because I just feel like adults, you're grown. Why can't you get it together? But anywho, patience is the key. And I need to learn how to be patient with adults because I'm going to have coworkers as well as supervisors. But relating to your students, why you need to be patient is because say one student may not grasp the material as fast as other students. Are you going to get agitated with that student, get mad? Or are you going to be patient and come up with different techniques and strategies to use for that student? So patience is something that you probably want to get the hang of and get used to if you are considering being a teacher or an educator. 4, you must be able to spend your own money. Even though I'm not a certified teacher just yet, because it's coming, y'all, it's coming, but throughout this education process, I'm basically just doing like lesson plans and creating my own lesson plans for grades and stuff. But I have used so much of my money that it's ridiculous. But you have to be willing to do that. Like, it was this post on Facebook, and I'm going to see if I can find it and put it in here. If I don't, I'm sorry, you guys. But it was this post on Facebook. It had 2 pictures side by side, and one of the pictures said school-funded classroom or government-funded classroom, and the other picture was like teacher-funded classroom. And the school-funded classroom was just nothing but white walls, bland and boring. And the teacher-funded classroom was colorful, pretty. You could tell that it encouraged students learning. But that just goes to show that as a teacher, you're going to be spending your own money. You know you want to be creative. They're not going to give you extra money to be creative, so you're just going to have to cough that money up yourself. Number 5, you must accept the amount of pay. Now, teachers don't make that much money. We don't. That's like why I keep saying you must be passionate about it. This has to be something that you want to do because you don't get paid a lot unless you go back to school and get degree after degree after degree after degree, which I do plan to do. However, you don't start off making that much money. This has to be something that you want to do from the heart because where's the money? Where's the money? There is no money. Like, it has to be something that you truly want to do. Number 6, you must be able to assume different roles. Being a teacher is just not just being a teacher. Being a teacher is being a counselor, being in the cafeteria, being a mother at some times. You're going to have students who come from different ethnic backgrounds, and you're going to have to learn how to handle certain situations. Some students are going to come in hungry. You're going to have to provide that food for those students. Some students are going to come in and they're going to want to vent to you about what may have went on at home. Then you're going to have some students who don't have a mother figure because of something that may have happened in their life. So sometimes you're going to have to step up and play that mother figure role. There's a lot that comes with the teacher role, not just the teacher role. You have several other roles to take into consideration if you truly want to be a teacher. So, number 7. You must be organized. And the reason why I say you must be organized is because you can't expect your students to be organized if the teacher is not organized. The teacher is the leader. The teacher should be the example. The students look up to the teacher. Why are you unorganized? Now your students are going to be unorganized because they say, oh, Miss such and such is not organized, so I don't have to be organized. No. Therefore, as a teacher, you should be organized because you want it to trickle down to your students and you want them to be organized and you want what you're doing to kind of rub off on them. So, as a teacher, it is a good idea, the best idea, and it's to be organized. 8. You must manage your time well. This goes back to lesson planning and, coming up with fun stuff for your students to do. You're not going to have all the time in the world to do it, especially not during school hours. So just manage your time well after school, because that's when you're going to get down to the nitty-gritty. That's when you're going to get down to the planning and coming up what you have to come up with for your lessons. Number 9, you must be prepared to work well with others. And the reason why I say this is because you're going to be co-teaching at some times. I have never had so many group projects and group work than my senior year. And I see that they're preparing me to work with co-workers. They're preparing me to work with other teachers, because you and another teacher are going to be feeding off of each other. Y'all are going to be using each other's lesson plan. Y'all are going to be teaching at the same pace and using the same pacing plan. So it's best to beginning to try to work well with others. So number 10, and this is my last one. We had to save the best for last, because this is definitely my favorite one. And this is, you must be able to learn and grow. I don't have all the answers, even though I'm up here sharing some things with you all that I have learned. I still don't know everything, and you all still don't know everything. But there's other people that we can learn things from. I have a clinical supervisor, and every time I go into that elementary school, I am all ears, because I want to listen to what she has to say, because I want to be able to learn. I feel as though everybody is here on this earth because we have something to learn and we have a purpose. But in order to fulfill our purpose, we need to learn how to do that. So yeah, be open to learning and be open to growing, because you're robbing your students of their education if you're not open to learning or not open to growing. The more you learn, the more you grow, the more you spread your growth and your education on them. So yeah, be open to learning and be open to growing. But that's pretty much it for this video, you guys. I really hope that you all found this video beneficial, because that was definitely my goal. So I know this was a different video than what I usually do, but I just want to share with you all my major that I so love. But before you all go, don't forget to do 3 things, and that's comment, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel.